The Georgia Dome, home of the Atlanta Falcons, is going to be rebuilt on the campus of the nearby Georgia World Congress Center. This move provides an opportunity for community restoration in the Vine City area, bordered by the historic streets of Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, Joseph E. Lowry Boulevard, Joseph E. Boone Boulevard, and Northside Drive. Taking place in the LEED-certified Suites dorm at Spelman College, more than 35 stakeholders from the Atlanta University Center, several Vine City community leaders, and representatives of the city of Atlanta assembled for the first ever EcoDistrict meeting the summer of 2014. The group was asked to brainstorm and generate potential comprehensive development strategies to improve the quality of life for the Atlanta West End community.
Things that we discussed today. These are not unique issues. They're not things that were just discovered today. But right now, because of the stadium, because of what the city is looking at for downtown, basically the city is trying to figure out how do you take the $1.2 billion that will be invested in the stadium, the approximately $1 billion that will be invested in the multimodal passenger terminal, and transform that into close to a $6 billion opportunity. And much of that opportunity will happen on the west side of Northside Drive.
Over the decades, countless development plans have been drafted for the area. More recently, attentions are turned more toward implementation with a focus on community stakeholder collaboration.
We're really here today to see how we can stabilize our communities through a collaboration of people in the community and also people on campus, in the educational system. It takes all of that.
And so I think the role that we play is working with the community residents and the community organizations, the NPUs and the neighborhood-based organizations, to determine what they want to see happen in the neighborhood, and then help them bring the resources to the neighborhood to get those things done.
Melanie Tharp of Sustainable Atlanta detailed various international models that were to serve as inspiration for the 5 focus areas of the day: water and environment, economic development, education, arts and culture, buildings and energy, and creative enterprise.
I think we should be very intentional, that we should find out what our population of young people are and try to make it so that they can become something, because that'll change that whole neighborhood. And, that's a doable number probably. So I go for my community center.
Economic development is a huge issue on the west side of town. We need to think about jobs. We need to think about getting people in the neighborhood skilled and ready for those jobs to come. And then we need to bring industry to the neighborhood that brings the goods and services that the neighborhoods need.
At the forefront of the discussions at the Vine City EcoDistrict community meeting was sustainable economic design, with the recognition of the need for input from the educational institutions residing in the historic Atlanta University Center.
Colleges, Spelman, Morehouse School of Medicine, and Clark Atlanta, the Atlanta University Center Consortium, years ago formed the University Community Development Corporation as the entity that can help us impact the community around our colleges.
Well, the schools, as a large institution, and particularly a large institution dedicated to young people, it has that ability to mobilize the opinions and interests of the next generation. That's a very important sector to reach.
One of the things that they're doing is they're reaching out into the community, and they have been for about the last 15 to 20 years. They put their students out in the communities to work with neighborhood organizations and to do a tie-in between education on campus and education off campus.
As the city reflects on its history, a brand new chapter begins.
We should ask, how is the community benefiting? How are the schools benefiting? Their importance is not just now. Their importance is about history. It's about culture. We are, again, the city that gave birth, the city that supported, and the city that continues to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King and so many others. That's just one small aspect of why it's important.